Hello everyone, welcome back. This is going to be our third lesson in Java coding. So just to review, in our first lesson we downloaded the Java JDK 8 and the Eclipse IDE. Those are the two items needed for our Java lesson. In the second lesson, we created so we created this package called Learn Java Coding in the first lesson, and we also created this package. We created the project Learn Java Coding, and we created a package Simple Java Coding in our first lesson. We also created the Hello World program, and if you run it, you just click the run button, excuse me, and this is your output console. You get the output here. In the second lesson, we explore a few of the different data types in Java. We have the primitive data types up here, these three: the integer, the primitive integer, primitive double, and the primitive Boolean data type. Down here we have the object integer object data type, double object data type, and we did some calculations with those variables. We have another variable here. It's a string variable. We did some calculations here, and then we just print out the result down here. So that was in the second lesson, and if we run this is the result that we're getting. Now, in the next lesson, I just would like to explore this a little further. So, for the object data type, it comes with like a lot of different functions that you can use. For example, if you want to, let's see, where's my string variable? It's right here. It's my var. So say like if I have my variable here is equal to this, I can set a character. So let's say if I define a new character, define a new variable character a here, and again you see this warning here means that we have a variable that we're not using in our program. So if I say a and I go down here, I want to set my character a equals to my var, but my var is a string. So if I have a character, let's say I want to select equal to a character inside my string, I can just put my var, which is the string variable name, dot, and then if you wait for a few minutes, Eclipse automatically gives you all these functions that you can use. So they're all available for you to use. So say if I want my var char at, I just select this one, and say if I want char at 0, let's see what that will give me. So after I do that, I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna do sysout, and I'm gonna print my character A. Let's put it inside quotes, my character A is, then I put the, or let's say my character A equals, then I have to do a plus, then I'm gonna put in the variable name. Variable name is A. That's the name of my character variable. Okay, let's see if I run this, what will we get? Alright, so here it is. It says my character A is M. And let's see where it gets the M from. So the character A is equal to M. Over here I set A equal to my var at position 0. So position 0 is the first position, and that's where I got my M from. It's from my variable, and my var is a string variable. Say if I change this position here to position 1 and run it, now I would expect the answer to be a Y for the variable A. Let's see if that's true. And there it is, it's a Y. So that's one function you can use, is the char at would give you the character in the position that you specify. You can put any position here. Say if I do position 2, that would give me a blank. If I do position 3, that should give me the V right here. I'll try that again one more time. Click OK. And there it is. There's the V, as we expected. Let's see what else we have for the variables. So if I do B equals to my var dot, and then it's gonna give me a bunch of things that I can use here. Let's see which one is interesting that we can use. How about the length of? See if there's a function here that gives me the length of. Look at that, two lowercase, two uppercase. So you can convert the string to lowercase and to uppercase. Let's try that. Let's see what it gives us, right? So if I say B equals to 2 lowercase, my var 2 lowercase. Let's see what this gives me. So first of all, I got an error here, and says B cannot be resolved to a variable, and that's because we haven't defined the var. We need to declare the variable. So I'm just gonna put B here, and it doesn't like that because B, let's see what the error is now. Type mismatch, because B cannot be a character. B has to be a string. So I'm gonna go down to the next line and I'm gonna put in string. And just one thing to notice, all the primitive data type, they all start with a lowercase letter, but all the object type, data type, they all start with the uppercase letter. So you can tell by just looking at the type. If it's an uppercase letter, then you know it's an object type, data type, an object data type. So I'm gonna declare B here, and that took it, but it still doesn't like it. Let's see what it's saying here. The value of local variable is never used. I'm using it here. Let me see if I save it, will it go away? Oh, you know why? Because I'm using it here, but I never output it. Maybe that's the reason. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see if this would take it away. My string B is equals to B. And there it goes. It took it away. There's still a white dot here. I don't know what that is. It still says it's never used, but now it's gone. Because I just needed to save it, and that took it away. So let's try and run this and see what we get. So my string B is my variable B, and you notice everything is in lowercase letter, and that's because we converted this to lowercase. We converted my var to lower cases, and then we store them in the variable B. So that's how you use that function. Let's see what else we can do with my var. That may seem interesting to do. How about this? The length of the string. Let's see what is the length of my var. So I'm setting C to the length of my var, and I guess C should be an integer. So I'm just going to do integer C here. And I'm gonna have to print C, otherwise it's not gonna like it. Because when we declare a variable, we have to use it. So my integer, my int C is equal to C. Okay, now everybody's happy. Let's run it. Okay. And it says C is 11. Let's see where we get 11 from. So we're gonna count the length of this my var. My var, C is the length of my var. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's where we got 11 from. So those are all the functions that you can use. Those are all the I guess they call it the methods that you can use for the string variable. Now, if you have an integer, a primitive integer variable, my int here. So say if you want to do d equals to my int dot, you get an error. Because primitive variables do not have any functions or methods attached to them. So, but if you use instead of the primitive integer, if you use the object integer object data type. Then I expect you can do dot, and there it goes. Dot int value equals, that's a boolean, that's interesting. ToString. Oh, how about we try that? ToString. So what was our integer object here? It's 22, I guess. It's 22. Now I'm using the ToString method on it. Let's see what we get. So I'm going to define my variable d, and you can define it up here, or you can define it over here too. So I'm just going to define my variable d to be a string, and it gets the value of my int 2 ToString. And I'm gonna print out d down here, my variable d, my variable d is d. Let's run that. My variable d is 22. Look at that. So this 22 now is a string, because d is a string. It's no longer a double. It's no longer an integer, because we converted the integer to string and we store it in the string. So basically that's our lesson for today. For the third lesson is to use the methods that comes with the object data types. Thank you everyone. I'll see you next time.